Hi everybody, it's Robbie from Southern California. Today I'm going to do something, it's a follow-up to a video I put up 12 days ago. Isn't this gorgeous? There's two of them feeding, look at that. Anyways, I am now planting zucchini all over, and the update I want to do today, it's a follow-up, is on this squash plant. 12 days ago, I explained how I'm having an issue with all the plants that are starting on the zucchini, the squash. There hasn't been enough bees. The bees have been working Gary's garden, but they haven't been working mine that much, at least not enough. So I showed you exactly how I hand pollinated that one, and look at that. The ones I didn't hand pollinate didn't make it. It's big. You see this? Look at this. Look how nice and big this is. Should have picked it already. I'm going to pick that probably tonight, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to hand pollinate. So what I've been doing is when I see a zucchini, a squash, I'm not even sure, some of them are hybrids, I quickly go and I look for the male flowers, and then I bring them back to wherever there's a female flower, and I just hand pollinate. Even if there is bees, it can't hurt. Now, why will I be pulling out this beautiful plant? This is last year's plant. So though it's doing okay, I really want to start with new plants, but I will not be pulling it out right now. There's no reason to it because I need to get all this done and plant. So in the meantime, while I'm getting prepared, that's when I will, think about it when I come to it, and it will turn out to be compost. Sounds sad. Even this is, well, this plant's old, but tomato plants can go a long time. See, there's a little squash plant. They're not going to do that good from last year. But if I needed it, see, this is a male. See how this is a male one? And there are some females in there. I could take that and pollinate another squash. You can use any squash. If you're growing delicata or something, you could use it. If you don't have it, you only have male flowers off of a different squash, go ahead and go for it. You can't use a cucumber. That's a cucumber growing there in my box garden, but you can use another squash. That's not an issue. But here I've got the zucchini. See, they're small, and then that one is taking off. This is, I believe, a hybrid. See, the leaf is a little bit rounder, and see how this is more jagged? This probably will be more of a zucchini, even though, the seeds came out of one plant in the yard. They can throw multiple seeds depending on how many times it got pollinated by other flowers. Here's another flower, and I'm just going to go through any of them that are females. Oh, that's a female. See how short that squash is? See, it's kind of short. It's not really long. So this is a hybrid. I'm not sure what it is. We'll see when it gets bigger. But the thing is, it won't matter. I can take any of them. Now, here's one I hand pollinated here. Just helping them out. So I need to get a good male and get in there and hand pollinate this too. Look at all the flowers. Remember what's in there. And this is, gosh, kitchen scraps and leaves and twigs and branches. And these plants just thrive over Mother Nature's soil. I always talk about that. Oh, look at the rabbit. She had babies. Look at that. Mother Nature's soil is the best. You want to buy fertilizer, absolutely go and do it. But this is what goes in there. Any garbage. Oh, this is already broke down. This had a lot of kitchen scraps that looked kind of freshy. Freshy, there's a word. But the thing is, it breaks down right away. I mean, literally, there's no soil in here. This is not soil. This is branches and paper and a receipt, whatever. And it broke down right away. There were eggshells in there and leftover something that got cooked that was just left over. So it will turn into a brown mass right away and become soil. So I'm going to need to pollinate that one. I don't want to take any chances. Even though there has been some bees, why not help out and be a little more sure? Let's see what we've got here. That's a male and that's a male. We've got two males here. And because we've got two males, here we go. Let's go do this by hand again. Or you could batter this up, fry it, and go for it. But look at this. We're going to do, oh, look at all the ants. You see this? See all the ants? We're going to hand pollinate this. We're just pushing out technically what I really should do. Oh, you know what? The ants are going to do it for me. I'll show you what I'm going to do. You really can't see too much. Let me see if you can see. Now, if I didn't have the phone in my hand here, I would have removed all the petals. Let's see if we can do this with one hand without taking the pollen off and having these wonderful ants bite me because they're upset. Get in there and really get that in there good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it. Watch. Watch what I'm going to do. I did it last time. I'm breaking the flower off. I'm leaving it. And I'll throw this in there right now. You see that? The ants are going to crawl around and finish that up for me. But that will grow into a beautiful squash. And then we can see what that is, because that definitely is not a true zucchini. Multiple things I see here. See this? That means it's leaving. If it's leaving, it's not a true zucchini. And it's short. So it could be a hybrid of whatever. And a lot of times I've noticed, even though the seeds say heirloom, if you save the seeds and you're not growing other squash, they're turning into something else. But you know what? As long as they taste good, I always taste them raw a little bit, they're good to go. I've never had a bad one yet. So I've got a zucchini there, definitely a zucchini. Okay, I know what plant this is. This zucchini is last year's plant, and technically it's another one I should rip out and compost. I'm debating on this one. Look at it's twisted around. This is all one plant. See how it comes out? Look how dry that is. And yet, it is regenerated. It hasn't set root. It won't set root, but it's circled around and it regenerated and it's growing beautiful. There is a chance I may put a 2-system compost bucket here because I haven't taken this apart. I haven't refreshed it. I haven't added anything to it. Might put another bucket there like I did here. This has got food matter in it and leaves and stuff from the garden. And this has got a garlic chive on the top. I've lifted this up and showed it. There's stuff in there, and so it's breaking down. The earthworms are living in there. There's holes on the bottom of this, and there's holes on the bottom of this. So when I water the top, it goes into the leaves. I lift this up, I put leaves and things in there, and then it's leaching in there. And that's why this plant is so massive. It's constantly getting food. I talk about this all the time. This costs you nothing to make. You could get 2 floral pots from the nursery and do the same thing. I really don't want to lift this, as I just showed you this the other day in another video. Let's see if we can get you in there. See? What I do when I have 2 hands, let's straighten this out, is I lift it out. I load it up with brown and yellow leaves from the garden, and then I just let it do its thing. No plant food. What do I need plant food for? I've got plant food coming out of the tote. So this was, like I said, just an update to show you that it did take. They have been taking. I am keeping an eye on all these as I'm planting them. And then this one is a male, so I don't have to worry about anything right now, but there's a lot of fruit on this. And that's my zucchini I planted. That's a hybrid. See the leaf different? See the difference in the leaves? This is a true zucchini, Black Beauty. And this one I planted, and there should be a stake in there somewhere. Oh, it got buried. Yep, see, I had 4 seeds I planted, and I brought one of them over here, and I just stuck. This is the top of like a sour cream container, and I cut it and use that for a stake in there so I can keep track. Otherwise I wouldn't know. And then that's another zucchini, a little slow, but that's okay. And then this is from last year's seeds, and see the leaf difference? So I'm not sure what it's going to grow. That's last year's plant. I really want to eliminate the last year's plants. That's a male anyways. All right, so that's an update to show you that hand pollinating is definitely worth it. If you have a greenhouse and you're growing zucchini, easiest thing to hand pollinate. You don't have to worry. Same thing on cucumbers. You can hand pollinate those too. Hopefully the ants and the bees will do their thing. So we'll see what happens. It's very small. So I'm more concerned about getting the plant to take off. I just planted it, and then I've got the tomato there. So that's it. So update. The squash did wonderful. Hopefully I'll get all this done soon. And I now have zucchini for dinner, whatever way I want to make it. I love my zucchini. Zucchini bread, zucchini cake. Or sometimes I just take a hamburger. Just a hamburger out of the freezer, 1 hamburger, fry it up, and then chop that up in a chopper with an onion, put it in the hamburger meat, and you got yourself taco meat. And all you use is one hamburger, and it could last us a day or longer because we have a big plate that tastes like it's meat, and it's actually more vegetables than anything else. With that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Don't forget, if you have to or you're in doubt, hand pollinate. Bye-bye.